Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. Hey, I'm your host for LT Productions. You are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Sistas on BET. This is season 8, episode 13, I believe it is. I first want to apologize. I kind of owe y'all, well, I do owe y'all 3 episodes, but I don't think I'm going to actually get to it, unfortunately. So we're just starting the mid-season finale, mid-season premiere tonight. I do apologize. A lot did happen, but I'm here now. Thank you for being consistent, even though I have not been as consistent as I should, and I do apologize. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video, and also you can subscribe to my channel. You can leave your comments also below. Let's get into this episode. All right, so there were a lot of things that were happening in this episode. I think I want to get Andy over and done with right now. Andy, we saw in the little mini break or finale, whatever you want to call it, it seemed like she was being followed. So Andy ended up, just squaring up with the dude. She poured mace in his eyes, sprayed mace in his eyes, and then ended up kicking his arse. We found out that he was put on an assignment just to follow her, to keep an eye on her, and it was Robin that was doing all this stuff. Why in the world was it so obvious? And you had her being followed, and it was just right in the parking lot of where you just told her that she was still on suspension or with leave or whatever you want to call it. So Robin comes, and Andy just scolds him like, "What are you doing?" And da-da-da-da-da. "Doing this for your protection." Da-da-da. So Andy ended up saying, "You know what? You're fired from being my legal attorney." And of course, Robin is very heartsick over that. What's his face? Hayden, I don't know how this happened, but we saw at the end of the finale that the pillow was just basically right on what's his face's head. Or at least almost there, all of a sudden he's still backing up to get there, and then here comes what's his face, what is his name? I forgot his name. The assistant that acts like he's the side dude that wants to be the main dude for Gary. I forgot his name. Whatever. Not Oliver. It's not Oliver, is it? Anyways, they have some words of exchange and all this good stuff. Of course, dude's getting in his little whatevers. So Hayden escapes out of the room, basically, even though he was about to suffocate Gary, he didn't. As he's leaving, he sees Andy. Him and Andy have an exchange of words. I'm kind of mixed up right now because I think this is in the preview for next week, so I don't want to say it, but I think he was taunting Andy, saying, "I see that you're going to be on an indefinite suspension, and I will be taking over all of your clients, even though you're still a tax attorney," which are like, you sound dumb, like you really got something over on Andy. In a way you do, but in a way you don't. It's kind of stupid, in my opinion, for you to gloat over that. Ooh. You are no further in your career or anything else that you think that you have going on than anyone else. You're just doing whatever Robin tells you to do right now. Let's see what's up. Of course, Penelope has confessed to being the one that stabbed Gary. Basically, they are thinking that the detectives are thinking that the case is over with. Next week, things are going to get quite interesting. As I'm seeing in the previews now, Andy's getting involved in this investigation in a way because of how things are going. On the other side of town at the Taylors, we know that Karen was over there, and she was going off on Zach for all of these different demands that he has for what needs to happen with the baby. And Zach is like, "Look, I'm trying to be a part of this life, our baby's life, and these are just some of the things that I wanted to do." And Fatima was on Karen's side and da-da-da-da-da, and she flipped it on Karen and was like, "Look, you shouldn't have just showed up like this and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da." Of course, all excuse me. Of course, all of the Zatima fans went up for that on the timeline on social media, which is cool. It was just kind of like Fatima was being the voice of reason between them both. You're not going to do this, Zach, and Karen, you're not going to keep doing all this stuff, showing on unannounced and all this stuff. I don't care. Excuse me. Zach ended up letting it out that Fatima was pregnant. And of course, that took Karen by surprise, and she was like, Fatima, are you pregnant? Fatima wouldn't say anything, and of course, she went silent. And then all of a sudden, Karen went into, I guess you want to call it pregnancy duress, and she had to go to the hospital. And we'll get back to them in just a second. Sabrina and Rich. Rich got the call in regards to there's something going on with his sperm. And at the same time, they're getting a call because Danny seems to be having a heart attack. Danny's a therapist. I forgot her name right now. She was somewhere in the neighborhood, and she came to Danny's apartment, and it's just helping her to relax and all that stuff. She's having palpitations. A healthcare worker ended up coming to her place. She did not have a heart attack. It seems like there's a panic attack was happening. So she's talking with her therapist, and she was just saying how Tony really triggered her to do this, and trying to psychoanalyze me and things of that nature is just not going to work, So by this time, Sabrina got word. She came along. She is the emergency contact for Danny. I thought that was cute. She comes over and she sees what's happening. Rich is there. The therapist leaves, and Danny wants to know why is he here. He's the ops, and Sabrina said, "Look, it's cool. They just want to make sure that you're okay." He's here for that. Then next to you, Tony runs in, knocking over stuff, knocking over people, trying to get to Danny, just making sure that she's okay. And of course, Danny's like, "Why are you here? You really triggered me." And she was going into more of a heart palpitations and heavy breathing and all that, and she wanted Tony to leave. I don't know about Danny. Now, some people online will say, "Oh, well, Preston Cowboy didn't trigger her." Do you think Danny would have reacted differently to Preston? Preston was there. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Now, Preston. Okay. Do you all believe that Danny would have reacted different to Preston if Preston was the one encouraging her to go to therapy and all of this stuff? A lot of times, Tony is there and he picks up on a lot of things that Danny is going through. I think that Tony does not know how to talk to her, and I don't think that Danny knows how to receive from Tony either. You know, I wish they never had put the whole baby mama and the children coming along. That didn't make sense last season. Like, they should have just stuck to this. This has more meaning and all that good stuff. I know that they wanted some comedy, but it's just like their relationship wasn't that serious, solid for you to just bring in this ex-wife and children. It was too much. Because it was just like a polar opposite of who Tony was acting like. And it's like, wait, you're the one that got her to start therapy, and now you're just being an a-hole. Like, get away. So anyways, yeah, so do you guys really think that it would have been different with Preston? Because Danny has this way of just pushing people away who are just there to really help her. So I just really want your opinion on that, because it's not I don't see that there's no difference as to how Danny would have treated Cowboy if he was there. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion, you know. Tony has been fouled. I think outside of the whole baby mama stuff, I think in some ways Tony overstepped. However, his intentions haven't been bad. They still need to learn each other, and all of this stuff is new to Danny, and the first thing that she's going to do is push away. She's going to feel attacked or whatever. You know, that's just my opinion, but y'all can give your opinions below in the comments. Yeah, but I don't see any difference as to what Danny would have done if Cowboy was there. Just saying. Who else? So Karen went to the hospital. At this point, Aaron rushes up there trying to be Captain Sava, you know who. He's upset because Karen got into whatever type of situation. The babies are fine and all that good stuff. But Zach is, him and Zach get into a heated situation again. Because he feels like Zach is putting Karen in a position, you are stressing her out, da-da-da-da-da. So they were getting into it. I said, Lord, here we go again. Of course, there are growing pains even in all the conflict that this foursome has had in all these seasons. So, hey, it is what it is. Is there anything else that happened? I think I touched on everybody. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But y'all can really tell me in the comments below just what you guys thought of this episode. I think it was kind of cool to see some friction resurfacing or between the whole foursome, Zach, Fatima, Karen, and Aaron. It looks like next episode, Aaron is talking crazy, talking about our babies. Like, Aaron, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Y'all play too much. Yeah, but things are heating up. I really want this Gary thing to be solved, and I don't think it's going to be solved until probably the end of the season. I don't know who did it now because it's kind of out there. I kind of think it was Hayden's girlfriend, whatever her name is, but Tamara. But who knows? But y'all just let me know what you thought of this episode. I thought it was pretty cool. A little cool, mild comeback. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and until the next one, peace.